studying the validity of New Mexico's kindergarten observation tool. Each child is unique and brings their own knowledge and experiences with them when they enter kindergarten. For teachers, that can be a challenge. This is why many states support kindergarten entry assessments to help teachers better understand children's knowledge and skills when they enter school. That's the goal of New Mexico's kindergarten observation tool, the KOT. The KOT was first piloted in the fall of 2014 and is now used by kindergarten teachers statewide. The KOT measures children's knowledge and skills at the beginning of kindergarten. There are 26 essential indicators that teachers respond to for each child, and these items are organized across 6 intended dimensions: physical development, health and well-being, literacy, numeracy, scientific conceptual understanding, self, family and community, and approaches to learning. To use the KOT, teachers observe children as they engage in a variety of classroom activities during the first 30 days of kindergarten. Teachers then rate children's knowledge and skills using the rating scale provided. After all ratings are entered into a database, teachers can run reports that illustrate children's foundational knowledge and skills. Teachers can use this information to tailor curricula and instruction to meet children's needs. REL Southwest's New Mexico Pre-Kindergarten Research Alliance wanted scientific evidence to determine if the KOT measured the dimensions of children's knowledge and skill that it was intended to measure. In other words, that the KOT is a valid and reliable measurement tool for children's competencies in these dimensions. Additionally, they wanted to identify potential opportunities to strengthen the KOT for future use. While the KOT was originally structured to measure 6 distinct dimensions, we learned that the KOT data can instead be used to differentiate 2 distinct dimensions of children's knowledge and skills: academic knowledge and skills and learning and social skills. Additionally, the KOT can provide a valid overall score to show how the child is doing at this point in the school year. We learned that the KOT was moderately related with the Dibble's Next assessment, an established and valid measure of children's literacy skills. The Dibbles was more closely related to the KOT academic dimension than to the KOT learning and social skills dimension. This provides further support that the 2 KOT dimensions do in fact measure different types of knowledge and skills. In addition, it provides further support that these dimensions measure the types of knowledge and skills we believed were measured. An examination of KOT items indicated that the KOT rating scale dimensions were defined clearly from one another, and teachers used the 5 rating scale levels in the intended order of difficulty. Our research indicated that the KOT is a valid and reliable tool for teachers and stakeholders to measure children's academic knowledge and skills, as well as their learning and social skills at kindergarten entry. As a result, stakeholders may summarize ratings to distinguish children's knowledge and skills across these 2 dimensions. The KOT can also provide a valid and reliable measure of children's general knowledge and skills. While the academic knowledge and skills, learning and social skills, and general knowledge and skills dimensions are valid, there is no scientific evidence to support use of the intended 6 dimensions. Further item refinement or development may enable the KOT to differentiate other areas of children's knowledge and skills. For example, another version of the KOT could allow the tool to differentiate early literacy and early mathematics skills. Now that there is scientific evidence supporting the KOT, an important next step is to examine if and how teachers are using KOT data to tailor instruction to children's individual needs and abilities. Moreover, an examination of how the KOT influences children's learning outcomes could be an important future direction as teachers continue to use the KOT. Overall, we found the New Mexico Kindergarten Observation Tool to be a valid measure of children's foundational knowledge and skills, as well as their academic knowledge and skills and their learning and social skills at kindergarten entry. Teachers can use the KOT to better understand the unique needs of children in their classroom and adjust their instruction to best support individual students.